Well, we finally moved on from JT Miller. Man, Miller was such a good Canuck. It was so hard to see him go. I wish him the best of luck in New York. Really bad to see him go, but at least the return's not bad, and we got Miller and Pettersson, and now we can focus on the one main thing we were supposed to do, and that is kicking the Flames' butt and making the playoffs this year. Yeah, Kevin, hello. Are you sure there's nothing we can do to also take Elias Pettersson from Vancouver? We've been linked to him for so long. You know, let's just say that they acquired another Pettersson, so they want to give one back. So we can take Elias Pettersson because they already have Marcus Pettersson now. So can you find some way to please work out a trade so we can get Elias Pettersson? It's the only thing I got left. So we got JT Miller. He's back in New York Rangers colors. It's a fantastic addition. And we didn't give up any of our top prospects or our top picks. This is a fantastic deal for us. We're going to make a huge playoff run. We're going back to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah, hello, Tom. The Rangers just made a move, and the Hurricanes made a move a couple weeks ago, and we're getting really injured. When are we going to start making some moves in the trade front? I would like to add some pieces before the trade deadline, please. So let me get this straight. We had the chance to sign Mikko Rantanen, who was willing to take below market average to stay with us, and we decided to trade him. Now, I know Nate just has done great in his first couple of games in Avalanche, but that is a choice. We could have still had Rantanen, and the cap's going up. I still don't get this Rantanen deal. So we move off of Andrei Kuzmenko, we move off of Jacob Pelchin, a second round pick. We get Fabian Frost. That's really good move. Those will help us on our playoff rebuild, but is this really the move of a rebuilding team? Maybe we're not going through a rebuild anymore. Maybe all that was just a lie. So we got Andrei Kuzmenko, who has familiarity with Michkov. We got Pelchin, a second round pick, which are going to help us expedite this rebuild. And we move off of Fabian Frost, who are two players who were mentioned in the trade rumor mill and didn't want to be here. I call that a pretty dang good trade and a pretty dang good week. And we're starting to lower in the standings, and we're going to get a top end pick yet again this year. So we're actually going through a selling phase. I am really sorry, Sidney Crosby. I did not think it would come to this. That being said, getting a first round pick for Pettersson O'Connor is great. And is Raquel next? Can Raquel be the next to go here, please? And can we get another first round pick for him? So the Penguins have decided to start selling off pieces. The Rangers are still a whole bunch back of a playoff spot. And we were the first team to 70 points, and we're way in front in the Eastern Conference. Plus, we signed our starting level goaltender to a 6-year extension. 6 more years of Thompson. I call this a pretty dang good week for the Washington Capitals. You should be lucky you even have a goaltender who can play well Washington. We signed one in our expansion year, and he has been awful. Now Grubauer has been placed on waivers and is in the AHL. If we still have Grubauer on our team with the core next year, I'm not going to be happy with the Seattle Kraken organization. I know what the Calgary Flames mean. I mean, 1 minute we're looking really good, we're above 500, and we're looking like we're going to compete for a playoff spot. The next, we move Scott Perunovich to the Islanders organization, and we terminate the contract to Brendan Saad. Are we sellers, or is this just giving Saad a fresh start to moving off the defenseman, in which we have an abundance of? I'm not exactly sure. What is this team doing? So we add Brendan Saad, so he doesn't go to Edmonton, which is an absolute positive. We know Saad's connection to GM Bowman, and he's going to be a solid top 9 forward for us. This is a fantastic week for the Vegas Golden Knights. If we can just finally string together a couple of wins here, people. So let me get this straight. The Calgary Flames have made moves that are going to hurt them in the long term, and the Vancouver Canucks have finally moved off JT Miller, which means we broke the Canucks, and the Flames are screwed for the foreseeable future going forward. This is a great time to be an Oilers fan, and we're hot on the Vegas Golden Knights heels. We are doing fantastic in oil country. That is not how you do a rebuild, Calgary. You see our trade, that's what you should be doing. You trade your best center, you trade an off-season acquisition, you trade 2 buyout candidates, and you get a first-round pick back. These are the moves that are making the future extremely teal in San Jose. This is a great move for us. A first-round pick, not too much to give up. We also move a 4th-round pick, which isn't over much to give up. And we've got Sagan's replacement in Granlund, who's nearly a point per game, and another right-shot defenseman. A right side of CC, Dumba, and Leah Bushkin's the middest right side you can have. But still, I like this defense. I like this forward group. Some pretty good pickups for the Stars, who are going to be first in the Central Division. Great, we're out of the playoffs. The odds for us making the playoffs aren't good. Our record of having the longest playoff streak in the NHL currently is at risk. And now there's talk about us being sellers and Marchand potentially being available. what happened to this team. So we're going to be called the Utah Mammoth. I don't care about the polls or anything or the other names. It's going to be the Mammoth. It's the name we've always wanted. We never wanted Yeti. We had nothing to do with Yeti. It was always supposed to be the Mammoth. We're third in the Atlantic. We've reached 60 points, the fastest ever since the 2016-17 season. We have vibes like no other team right now. We're third in the Atlantic. We're ahead of Boston and Tampa. What is this team and when did they get so good? Those silly Ottawa Senators fans. We're 1 point behind and we've only played one more game, and we were horrible at the start of the season. The Detroit Red Wings are back and we are going to make the playoffs this year, and don't pay any attention to Ottawa. Their rebuild is still way behind ours. We've now won 7 games straight after acquiring Adam Boqvist off of waivers, trading for Scott Perunovich and only giving up a 5th round pick, and signing Tony DeAngelo from the KHL. We're gonna BS our way back into the playoffs, aren't we?